Welcome everybody to hear Pamuko 101, Basic Muscle Control 101, Biomechanics core ideas. And one of them is that every muscle is always working. You might think that only the primary mover is somehow doing important job, but that is not true. There's no muscle that you can forget about, because every muscle works all the time and every muscle has an important job to do all the time. For example, take any sporting technique. There are primary movers, there can be up to 10 primary movers, and then there's opposite muscles. For every joint there are two muscles working in the opposite direction, and the muscles that are opposite to these primary movers are doing important job by being relaxed and allowing the primary movers to create forces and create movement. And then there are stability muscles that are transferring forces maybe between the moving body part and the ground. And then there are muscles that belong to body parts that have a specific choreography, what they need to follow. And then there are muscles which are doing nothing, which are being relaxed, and doing nothing is very, very important job for muscles to do, because if they would be doing something, that would be completely wrong thing to do. For example, muscles in the face are such. In many sports techniques, you are supposed to keep your facial muscles not doing something crazy. And doing nothing is very important. The primary movers, they are perhaps in an explosive contraction state. The opposite muscles are explosive relaxation state, and this is the most difficult thing to do. Because how do you exercise this? It's easy to exercise contraction, but how do you exercise relaxation and explosive relaxation? And then there are muscles that are transferring forces. Forces are created maybe up high, hands are moving, and the forces that are created when the hands are moving need to be transferred to the ground or to the chair or whatever. And every muscle between the moving body part and the ground are involved in this transferring the created forces. And if the forces are not transferred in a proper way, there is no proper stability for the primary movers. And the 100 muscles that are doing nothing, they have very important job to do, and they often fail in doing this because they maybe start to contract, and they should be completely relaxed, and contracting a muscle that should be relaxed is a major problem. It creates stiffness and it slows down the movement, and it consumes energy and whatnot. So there are maybe 200 muscles in a body, say, one could say that are important, and every single one of these 200 muscles have their own job that they need to do all the time, every second. And when you learn a new sport, you need to learn a new configuration for all these 200 muscles, what they are supposed to be doing. And jumping into a completely new technique where there's a new recipe for 200 muscles to do either something or nothing, but very important, is very difficult. Some people might only be able to control 3 muscles, but to control through 200 muscles is a much more difficult task. And the question now is that can you do this? And if you are confident that you can jump into any sport and perform every possible technique of every sport, then maybe you can do this, but most of the people cannot. And that is a problem. And many five-year-olds can do this. And probably you, when you were 5-year-old, you were already also capable of performing this task, jumping into any sport and performing the techniques of this sport close enough to the intended choreography that you can then start practice and get slightly better. But if you are very far away in the first try, then when you start practicing it, you are practicing the wrong thing, and the wrong thing that just continues and gets more ingrained into you. And I claim that this kind of skill of controlling 200 muscles is possible for even at later age. And it just needs proper kind of training that person obtains the skill of controlling 200 muscles in parallel to be able to do everything possible.